It's day 22 and we still have more Transformers 1 figures to open up. And so let's keep that trend going and let's finally crack open Studio Series Transformers 1 Starscream. This is a guy I have been meaning to open for quite a while now, and it is based off his design from Transformers 1, as played by Steve Buscemi in the film. Like, let's be honest, we're probably going to see this repainted a couple more times because it's a Starscream. And they did do in the movie, they did do a few variants of this design too, if memory serves. So knowing Hasbro, they will probably try and do all those variations for the film as well. Because that's kind of how they operate, and that's how they did the Bumblebee movie Seekers. They did all the little variants, and yeah, because some of them have face plates, some of them have different wings if memory serves. I know they did a bunch of subtle detail changes just to try and make sure that they weren't just like a bunch of monolithic Seekers for the Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. So getting the accessories open, we can see that those accessories are guns. Lots of guns, actually. Yeah. Fair number of guns. Okay, yeah. So we got a few different gun pieces here. Looks like we have some null ray cannons right here. Yeah. Those are just going to go on his shoulders. If it's like any other Starscream. And yeah, when you lock his head in over here, there is a peg for that, and it just locks him fine once you do that properly. Yeah, just bring him out. And then we got these two bits over here. Looking at these gun configurations, there's two different options. We can put the guns like that and just have them like holding both of these handheld, like so. Or we can actually combine these two guns together. We can combine these together, and this just plugs together like that. And then we can just give him one bigger rifle there. And yeah. And then, if he's attacking, we can just fold the null rays up like this and have him just shoot straight out like so. I mean, yeah, that is one Starscream there in his robot mode. I mean, he looks pretty good overall. Nice and compact. He's got all the standard Starscream details. He's got some decent ankles here. Like really good heel support. This is actually really neat how they used the engine for the heel support. Looking at the head sculpt too, it's a good head sculpt. Good likeness of his appearance in the movie. Like, it's got all the standard Starscream hallmarks. Locks in fairly well, and it's got a good amount of range on the ball joint there. Like, he can look up a little bit, look down, and side to side, and all that stuff. Yeah, shoulders are ball jointed shoulders. They go all the way around. Let's see, what else? Shoulder pads can also come up like this, too. So you can get a little bit more out of that. We got a swivel here above the elbow. But 90-degree bend here in the elbow. No wrists on this guy. No wrists for the Wicked, apparently. Wings are also on ball joints here, as you can see. And there's also a swivel back here, too. So we can actually, like, move these wings around a fair bit if you want to just get them out of the way of the arms. Even if you put them out here, though, like, they're not really getting that in the way of the arms. Like, fact remains that you can just plug these wings in here. You can adjust them. You can shift things around. It's great. No waist articulation on this guy from the looks of it, just due to how he transforms. You got just this whole cockpit locking everything together. But yeah, legs do go up this far. They are ball jointed. Kick up like that. Swing around. Really good leg bend here. Really good leg bend. And then as for the ankles, I think we do have your standard ankle tilts here. Let's see, this goes up and down. And actually, does he have ankle tilts? I don't think he actually does. No. It doesn't look like Starscream does have ankle tilts. What they did do is they sculpted his feet in such that he is going to have a natural lay stance. So even without ankle tilts, he's still going to look dynamic. But yeah, and I guess even if you pose him like this, he's still going to stand reasonably well. Probably just because of all this heel support and stuff that he has. But yeah, he doesn't actually have any ankle tilts on him, so he is a little bit limited in that sense. But just that natural lace stance means you're still going to be able to very easily get some good dynamic poses out of this guy. So, I mean, that's not bad, I suppose. All right, so figuring out his transformation. I'm just making sure that I have a photo here near me of what his alt mode is supposed to look like. Yeah, so let's see. So this cockpit comes up. We know this head unpegs as well too. Yeah, and we got an entire area that comes up here. The Seekers in this film do transform into your standard Tetrajets, as we all kind of expect in this day and age for like when you get Cybertronian Seekers, because the cartoon did it back in the day. So now everyone has to follow what the cartoon did. Transformers, everyone. For good and for ill. Okay, so yeah, so let's see. This guy folds up too. Yeah, a lot of interesting steps so far. A lot of things, a lot of parts shifting around. I actually quite like this so far. We can see here that the wingtips are actually like back over here. So like the way the wings fold up is actually really interesting. Yeah, so wingtips go here. Wings are going to swivel around. These guys here are also on joints. Oh, these are going to unpeg. Okay, cool, cool. Cool, yeah, these are going to unpeg here. Oh, this all comes apart. These guys are going to swing backwards, it looks like. There's a lot going on this guy. Yeah, okay, and then this can come up here. Fold in. This locks in over there. We got head storage down here. I don't know if I need to turn the head around, but yeah, it looks like this comes down. These guys swing back here. And then you can see here that these little tabs here are going to slot in and lock into place when you fold all this stuff back up over there. Let's see, cockpit. Cockpit still needs to come up. Cockpit hasn't come out enough. Oh, cockpit comes down like this too. Okay. So that all comes down here. That all fills in this whole area over there. That's neat. Okay. This doesn't seem to be quite going flush, so maybe I'm not putting something in quite right. Like it looks like, yeah, there's a little peg there. So this should, there we go. Yeah, you just need to get that in there properly. This all closes up like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty rad. What else? What else? We can see some tabs here that, okay, yeah, the wings are going to slot into these guys over there. Wings will slot in there. Wings will slot in over there. Everything is pegging together really nicely so far. I think this is all going to go up over here. Yeah, this is going to go up here. That's going to give us the top of the Tetrajet. And then we got the arms and the legs to worry about. We know the legs peg together here. We got a waist sitting out over there. Okay, these guys are going to open up, so these legs are probably going to, yeah. These cavities open up over here, so we can already guess at how stuff goes. And you can see the slot right there for the tab, that these legs are going to accordion up. Yeah, and peg these back together. Everything should peg in, like these legs should just peg themselves together pretty solidly. Like this. And, oh, do we have another slot over here? There's this guy here. Let's see. I think I see more tabs and slots. Nice. Yeah, because these all come together like this. These guys are going to come up here. We can see we got a slot here that's going to tab into the back there. So yeah, these guys are going to tab in here too. Nice. So we got the legs tabbed in back there. We got the legs tabbed in over here. A lot of tabs and slots on these. Always great when you get a lot of tabbing and locking bits there. These feet, I guess the feet just go up over here like that. Don't really see how else these can go. And then we just got to do the arms. So how do the arms transform? That is, I'm guessing these shoulder pads are meant, this is where these shoulder pads are meant to come into play here. Because yeah, the arms, I'm just looking for some tabs anywhere. Okay, there's some tabs over here, so these are going to tab into something. Like we can definitely see that there's some tabs there that these are meant to tab into a thing. I'm just trying to spot what. What else? What else? This is pretty cool so far. I guess we can close these back up now. Now that all this is transformed. Yeah, we can close these guys up like so. Yeah, something broke. I hope that's not important. And yeah, now we just need to... Oh, I see. Okay, so we got these little slots over here. That's what these arms are going to tab into. Those are going to tab in right over there. That's clever. That's actually really clever, engineering-wise. It's going to just use these little hinges here as the actual tabs and slots. So then that's going to, yeah, that's going to go in really solidly here. And then, yeah, and then we've got, I guess we can just lock these guys in over here. And, oh, does another part on these shoulder pads deform? Oh, these fold as well, too. Okay, this is where looking at a box image comes into play because, yeah, there's even more deformation than I thought. This is a really impressive Starscream here. Yeah, because I think these shoulder pads are supposed to... Yeah, oh my god, yeah. Yeah, we're not done because these shoulder pads, these are going to... That's going to let these just keep coming up here, and these are going to go underneath the... Let's pull these off, just so I can move these later, but... You can always ping them back in, but... Yeah, these are going to come together, and these are going to lock together and just sit on the... This is a really good seeker. Oh my god. Like, just look at how much is going on here on this underside. This is a ridiculously clean underside. Like, yes, you can see the hands, but like the arms clip in really well, the legs clip in really well. You know, it's got a little bit of a thicker underside here, but I mean, like, it's still like everything clipped together very, very nicely. We have that solid Tetrajet look to this whole guy. That solid, smooth Tetrajet look. I'm just trying to figure out. We can probably peg this guy on here as well too, just to, you know, accent the Tetrajet look a little bit. Okay, this guy goes on the underbelly, I guess. This is just like, yeah, this is the extent of the Tetrajet bit, and this guy is going to come in underneath, and it looks like it's going to store down here. I just need to find the way that it's supposed to go. Okay, it looks like it's supposed to go in over here, and I think there's probably somewhere to slot it in. I'm just checking. Because, yeah, it just shows it mounted on the belly of the jet. I don't strictly see a peg here, so I'm guessing it is meant to slot in over here somehow. I'm just not quite sure how. There we go. Yeah, it's supposed to, I think it just is supposed to just friction in like this over here. Yeah, okay, that's in pretty stable now. I don't know if this is the official way this goes in, but it does look pretty stable here. Yeah, this looks more or less like what it's supposed to look, I think, here for how this goes in, but it's still, like, it's just, yeah, this is doing a lot here. Like, yeah, we got that whole complete Tetrajet imagery to it. It's not a super high center. Like, it reminds me more of the Tetrajets in the Bumblebee movie, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good Tetrajet design overall. Like, it's, yeah, this guy looks really good. And then, yeah, then we can take these guns here, and it looks like we should still be able to keep them on the shoulder pads, actually. Yep. Yeah, there's enough room. Yes, you can just put these guns back in over here. Keep these plugged in down there. Just get them underneath the legs. Like so. You get these in under there. Get this guy in. Again, it's a bit tricky, this guy here, getting this guy pegged in. I'm probably not doing this quite right. But I mean, this is like the, yeah, looks really good though. Like, again, this is a really good Tetrajet Starscream. Like, you know, he's got the little boosters in the back pretty well. Everything like cleans up really nicely. He's got that right shape. He's got like, you know, like the 4 points to him, like the whole tetra bit there. Like it's just, yeah. No, they did a really good job with this. They really cooked with this Starscream. And I'm very impressed with this Starscream figure here. It's a very good Starscream. So to summarize, Transformers 1 Starscream, this deluxe is very nice. There's a lot more going on to this guy than I thought at first appearance. Like just the amount that his chest reconfigures, that his wings reconfigure, even just all the backpack reconfiguration. He is an incredibly good Transformer, like very complex deluxe, deceptively so really, almost appropriately. And I would absolutely recommend him as a figure to fill out the Transformers 1 line. I do look forward to probably buying this a few more times down the line because, yeah, no, this is a good figure. It's a good, solid figure. And with that, that's day 22, and this is Techno signing off.